we're still actually harvesting. So come in and you can see, like, you can spread out and look at plants over there too. I always enjoy any chance I get to connect people with where their food comes from. So with kids, it's particularly fun because they are wide open to these ideas.
Being at a farm and just eating whatever grows. I've never seen how spinach has grown, so I thought it was really new and interesting and really awesome.
Let's check out the salad greens in here.
As a parent, you want to set your kids up for success. Food is essential for life. Kids need to know how to feed themselves.
Anybody want to pull this one? Is that any better?
Yeah.
Nice.
What Farm to School really does is really allows them to connect to where their food comes from in a way that they may not necessarily have in their everyday lives.
As a farmer, I'm sure I have a very biased opinion, but I'm a huge fan of the Farm to School program. Kids know real food, they just need more opportunities to taste it.
Can we have carrots for dinner?
So when we talk about farm to school, what we really mean is an approach to school food. And you can think of it as 3 pieces of a puzzle that fit together. And so the first is healthy local food in school. And so that's about giving kids access to experience healthy local food either through a snack or a meal program.
So this is dinosaur kale, and it looks sort of like scales.
And the next piece is hands-on learning. So that's an opportunity for students to learn about food skills and growing, whether it's in a garden or cooking.
There, did you get your hands a little dirty?
Yeah.
And the third is community connections, and it really kind of ties those other 2 pieces together. And so often that is partnerships, whether it's with a local farmer or sometimes fishers, depending on where schools are located.
And I think this is one of the most beautiful things we grow.
So that's really all of it together. It's a way to connect kids with food and the land and waters that it comes from.
Look at that.
And so the Farm to School Canada Digs In initiative is a collaboration of 11 organizations to deliver grants of up to $10,000 to elementary, middle, and secondary schools to implement a Farm to School salad bar program, as well as the food literacy that comes along with them.
Our small school of 500 to 600 students, we didn't have a cafeteria, so not a lot of food service options. So it was really important at that time that the Farm to School salad bar grant came along. When you start a program like a salad bar, you hope to be changing the narrative of kids who say they don't like vegetables, or parents who tell you their kids don't like vegetables, or try to change their minds about healthy foods and how they eat. And I have to say, one of the most profound impacts has been seeing how excited kids get about vegetables.
I love salad bar because I like salad because it's healthy. And they make your bones stronger. Because all of the new vegetables that I get to try.
To teach kids that it's not all about candy or whatever. You can eat salad, tastes good.
The reason I love the salad bar so much is if I didn't bring enough food to school and I went to salad bar that day, I'd have enough food to eat for both lunches.
That it was all locally grown. They were grown in the classrooms, the garden, and from farmers. I love having a salad bar. It's something we should definitely continue.
I think providing kids with healthy choices starting young is extremely important.
The salad bar grant really allowed us to do more than just serving food to kids. It allowed us to have the assets of things like our new salad bar unit, the fender blender smoothie bike that is a real big hit with kids. It also allowed us to invest more in growing at the school. So we had pea sprout growing table and improve our school garden as well.
I loved the salad bar experience at Primrose because it gave a leadership opportunity to a lot of our students. They would help teach the younger kids about the different vegetables. They were knowledgeable and they felt like they were sharing something really exciting that they had learned.
I didn't know how farm to school program worked, and I learned how much energy it takes to get food onto your plate from the farm to the school.
I cannot imagine Primrose without some sort of farm to school programming. I think it's just part of the culture now, and I dearly hope that that will be permanent.
Generally, if a seed is big, it can handle growing deep. Because you know what the most of the seed actually is? It's energy for the plant, so it can actually grow until it's big enough that it can start to make its own energy from the sun.
Farm to School is happening all across Canada, and one of the ways that we track that is self-reported farm to school map that we have on the Cafeteria Canada website. And we currently have about 1,230 schools that are reporting farm to school activity, which is benefiting about 860,000 students. It's really something that is a whole movement.
These potatoes actually look like they're sad. They look like they're dying. Okay, guess what? That's actually when you know it's time to harvest your potatoes.
In Canada, there hasn't actually been a lot of comprehensive evaluation of farm to school programs.
Oh God, that's huge.
And so one of the things that Farm to School Canada Digs In set out to do was really to better understand and do an in-depth evaluation of the programs.
So dig around a bit and there's a couple more, I can tell.
Some of the interesting things that we weren't even explicitly seeking to explore, but that emerged were related to, students reporting that they had more desire to actually be at school as a result of participating in Farm to School.
Yeah.
So we know that students also develop more eco-conscious attitudes by connecting with nature as they do in the garden or out on the land.
Tastes sweeter than carrots in the store.
Students actually who ate at the salad bar were consuming on average about 2 more servings of fruits and vegetables. This is the third cycle of grants that we're entering into, and with each cycle we're learning more and able to apply that learning to support the new ones. The other main objective of Farm to School is really to begin to transform local food systems, and starting with our schools. If you had $1 a day per student that was going toward local procurement, in the course of a year, that would be an economic impact of $1 billion. It's a huge untapped opportunity that's really a win-win for schools and for farmers and for communities.
We really want to nourish ourselves with the foods that we choose, and that comes from knowing about them more deeply.
We are educating future grocery shoppers, and all of our food decisions are a vote for the way we want food to be produced.
It offers so many interconnected pieces. It really sits at that sort of intersection of health and education and the environment and issues that are really becoming more at the forefront.
It's more important than ever to teach kids how to be self-sufficient with food. So to teach them how to grow their own, how to prepare their own, how to make sure we're not wasting food because it's such a precious resource. These are all really good lessons to learn, unfortunately in a difficult time, but what better time to learn these important life lessons and to see them demonstrated than through COVID-19.
Thank you, Farm to School, for teaching us easy and healthy recipes and skills that we can use for years to come.
We want to see Farm to School in every school in Canada so that all children, all farmers, and whole communities have an opportunity to experience its benefits. And to do this, we need to fund more pilot projects because we know that there's no one-size-fits-all approach, and we need to continue to evaluate those projects so that we can understand them so that they can be scaled and sustained for the future.